They moved practice up because of the thunderstorms today.
Earlier practice
they're expecting
today.
some big rain today down there in Palm Beach. Next 2 days, heavy rain. Supposedly
Where are
in the
they
afternoon.
again? What's the name of the place they're at? Florida
Florida Atlantic College.
Atlantic. What is it? I'm serious.
Palm Beach Atlantic College, I think. Yeah, I think it's PBA.
No,
yeah.
PBR.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But they could use a couple PBRs
I
down there.
bet they could. I bet they could.
Did you hear Judon talking about it? Like, yeah, we hang out in the hotel a lot.
Have you heard what some others have said about this? Have you heard Ted Johnson? He had to say about this last night. He is very down on the idea, and here's what he had to say last night on NBC Sports Boston once the system is ready to load. Oh, T-Bone's not happy.
Before we get to Ted here,
4 minutes.
I talked to two people
down
there.
Hold on.
Two people down
Should we hit
there.
the breaking news?
No. This is not breaking news.
Grade 2.
Oh, okay.
No. This is not
What is
breaking
it?
news.
What is
I
it?
talked to two people that don't have a dog in the fight, like that are down there, that are working there,
Okay, yep.
that witnessed other practice. They said this is no different than any other time they've gone on the road. There's nothing wrong with the fields. The fields are fine. They brought their own guy down there to line the fields.
Isn't that indicative of a problem right then and there? They had to fly down the guy who puts down the lines on the field.
Well, they would have to, because even if they run at a high school,
Yeah, we
stadium,
brought
the hash marks are different.
We brought our chalk guy. What?
Well, the hash marks are different. They're tighter.
I mean, hold on. Did they fly down the little rolling machine that they use with they insert?
no, they didn't need all that, because
they fill the container with the paint.
They just filled hockey and lacrosse fields down there, so it's like they said it's like a putting green. Like the grass is like a putting green. So.
The people at PBA couldn't put down the lines themselves.
No, but it's fine. It is. They said it's fine.
So did you see the goalposts?
I did, but they have those at practice too.
So I
Like
saw the
thinner
picture
ones.
that Bedard tweeted out.
They're not real wide. They're thin.
The one that Bedard tweeted out has been the one that has been
Right.
most widely circulated.
They have those at
But
a lot of camps, though.
Then there was video. There was video circulating. And if you look at the picture that Bedard tweeted, it's bad enough. But then you look at the video footage, I think, from, Moose, or whoever it was that shot it down there.
Yeah.
And here it is. I don't know, for whatever reason, it looks like that. It looks like one of the posts is tilted. Like it's waving in the wind, like it's made of PVC pipe.
Looks like a Pop Warner. We have
And they were
PVC pipe on our
like
Pop Warner
the
field.
kids at PBU Community College there were gluing together the PVC the night before the Patriots showed up in shop class.
The trade school.
As Maz said yesterday, it looks like
Look at
something
it.
they
Does
roll.
it not look tilted to you? It looks tilted.
It looks like something they roll out onto the fairway at a golf tournament for a prize on a certain hole. Hit your drive through the uprights, and you win a dozen Titleist Pro V1s.
Look at how thin it is.
You know the
What if the ball were to hit those uprights? What happens? I want to know if Nick Folk bangs one off the left upright.
Snaps.
What goes on there?
Probably snaps.
What would happen?
Oh, it's held down by sandbags.
Then
It's
you
not
go,
like it's
you
gonna
go to
work.
Home Depot and you buy a
There you
replacement
go.
part.
Yep. Get a couple. Get the you gotta grease the ring, right? You gotta put the glue around it, and you got about 5 seconds until it really bonds. You gotta twist it until you get it in the spot.
Do you think they spray painted the PVC before they put this together, or do they spray paint it after they put it
Just
together?
use yellow duct
Doesn't
tape.
matter.
Yeah, well, you gotta sand it down a little bit, give it a little grit, so that the the paint can adhere to the pipe. Okay, but
Man, they better win on Sunday.
they better.
This
Here's Ted, and you say that Ted Johnson actually said something to this effect that if they lose, this will go down as a big mistake with the players on the team. Here's Ted.
This is 20 minutes away, which meant they had to go back in the buses in pads. Not a football field, rolled in the goalposts, next to the airport. I wonder if players were looking at it and saying, what are we really doing here?
Yeah, they were. I mean, guys, let's face it, they were. And they're human. They had to have had that reaction to what's going on down there. You know what? Maybe for a day, you guys, you want to go down there for a day and you want to do all this stuff. Then fine, but 4 consecutive days that you're going to be down there practicing, going out in buses and full equipment. Considering the kind of the preseason that they've had, a very tumultuous kind of preseason, morale is down. You were just in Las Vegas 2 weeks ago. You're away from your family, and now you're down there when there's a lot of question marks. Just when you look at it, the context, I understand why they went down there to kind of address the heat, and I will tell you that is a factor. I can tell you just in my own career it is. However, when you go down there 4 days in a row, or 4 or 5 days, excuse me, the optics are worse. If it goes bad on Sunday, it'll blow up in his face.
It'll blow up in his face. These guys are going to say, what are we doing? You said Matthew Judon was saying that they just spend a lot of time standing around the hotel. Well,
yeah, I was asked, like, is this good for you bond? He goes, well, yeah, we kind of eat and have lunch and have dinner, and maybe we'll get in an argument or two, or we'll come together and hang out with your friends. Yeah, you hang out in the hotel. Yeah, he goes, I guess you could come together. But, I mean, you got 53 guys. Some are going to question it. There's no doubt about it. I remember walking out to the fields in Bryan, the middle of the woods. We've got those two fields in the back. No stands there. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? Yeah, we're at camp. I get it. We pick up and we stay at a school. But at that time, Bryan didn't have a stadium like they have now, where you could go there and they actually have AstroTurf or field turf.
Yeah, but that was 25 years ago.
I know that. But even then, we're questioning, like, why are we walking to two fields in the middle of the woods? And then, what the hell am I thinking? I mean, we drove to our damn practice. We used to go to freaking Dairy Queen in full gear. We didn't think that was abnormal at the time. And now you look back at it, it's like, yeah, that was pretty abnormal. There we are. Who's driving today? I'm not driving. I don't want my car to smell like ass. Okay, how about you go and then have three linemen jump in, and you know what they smell like? Linemen smell worse than skill people. Sorry, they do. That's fact. Let's put like a finely tuned machine in a car next to like a couple cows.
Is that for real though? Felder was stating that like it's fact. Is that real? That there's no locker room there, that they're going straight back to the hotel? I can't imagine that's the case.
That's what he stated. I heard him say it yesterday, and I can't
believe it.
Mac Jones got off the bus and went right to his press conference.
We need to find an answer on that, because that to me is
dressed in full gear.
There's no freaking way that's going on. That they're going 25 minutes. How far is it to the hotel there?
I don't know. It's by the airport, so it's probably 15 to 20.
15 to 20. There's no
because they're up on PGA.
way.
They're up on PGA.
No way that's going on down there. And if it is, that to me is absurd. I can't buy that that's going on.
Well, I mean,
if they didn't.
If they take over the whole hotel, they could set it up.
When David Andrews called us yesterday, that was not from the hotel. That sounded like he was calling us from a locker room. We should have asked him.
It sounded like he was in a weight room with
I didn't even think to ask him, because I didn't even think that would be a possibility.
I'll think about
that they're leaving the practice field, like you said, so like you were in Bryant or you were at the old mental hospital.
You've got to set everything
Which
up.
are condos now, right? The hospital is condos.
Oh, yeah. No,
nice.
houses and condos. Yeah, it's very nice. Oh, it's gorgeous down there. Yeah. They have nice athletic fields. Oh, it's gorgeous. That's where Foxborough plays their
it's very nice over
Pop
there.
Warner games.
Okay, yeah.
But getting back to this, like, you got to uproot everything. Like, you take over a spot because you got to set up a full weight room. It's not like you go down there and you just don't lift for the week. You still have platoons of guys could go in skill groups. Offensive, defensive linemen lift. Linebackers, tight ends lift with running backs. Then the wide receivers, DBs go in and lift with the quarterbacks. Like, you need a full weight room. You need what they have at Gillette. So, I mean, it's a pretty price tag. Whether you're setting it up at PBJK, whatever the hell the name of the school is, or whether you take over the resort that you're at and you have a full weight room in the ballroom that you had to get all this equipment in, you still have to have that stuff at your disposal. So it is a pretty price tag. You know what I mean? You're not just, okay, we're staying in a hotel. Yeah, we're going to eat at the ballroom. No, you need meeting rooms. You need offices. You need a head coach has his own space. Bill has his own treadmill that he has in every office that they do this setup in on the road. Like, they make it as close to resembling what you have back at home. So it is somewhat of the norm. And I don't know. I mean, it is what it is down there. Like, this is one of those bonding things to me. Looking ahead. Okay, we're a younger team. Like we said, they got 3 vets that went to Super Bowls. Matt Slater, Devin McCourty, and David Andrews, who we talked to yesterday. Other than that, none of these guys know how to come together and go on a playoff run. So it's almost like it's back to basics somewhat, right? Like, we're going to go together, bond together as a team, and hang out. It's almost like forcing guys. It's like, I want to be cheesy, but it's like, remember the Titans. Whoever you room with, I want you to know everything about their family. You report back to me. It's a little bit like that. We're going to Gettysburg.
It's very basic.
Get up at 5:30. We're going running. I mean, it's got a little cheese feel to it, but if it works, it's going to help you. There are other weeks, like in 2014 when you left Green Bay and went to San Diego, and I remember we were out there. You take over an entire resort, but it's on the beach in San Diego, and you're happy to be there. I don't know how happy they are to be here.
See, I'm looking at the aerial shot of the facility, the complex there, and there is a large clubhouse type of thing in the middle.
I'm sure that's the weight
And I'm
room for
guessing-
the school that
yeah.
they took over.
Yeah, they
and
took
added
over.
things. I'm sure they added stuff
And
to
they
it.
canceled all the practices of the teams that are there.
Like Bill said, you came down. We looked at several facilities. This was the best.
Well, no. Did he say he went down and took a tour? I think he said we looked at several
We scouted
options.
several options. This
Yeah.
seemed like the best. So
Yeah.
why we're here.
I mean, I just find that hard to believe that it is the best. You can't tell me in the state of Florida that this is the best option.
I mean, state of Florida, state of Texas have amazing high school facilities. I've spent my off seasons in Florida.
But the high
They're
schools
gorgeous down
need
there.
them at this time
Yeah,
of year.
exactly.
Not at 11 a.m. when they practice.
You
Not
can
in the middle of the day.
You can also pay them and say, "Get the hell out."
And by the way, I've heard this about the college setups too.
Take the check. You know,
The Patriots have been on college campuses
FAU's
practicing
right. Hey,
when college teams were still playing and preparing for games. In fact, that was the case
Yeah.
at UCLA a couple of years ago.
How-
They were getting ready for
Yep.
a bowl game, I believe.
Howard Schnellenberger coached at FAU. They're right there in Boca Raton, off Glades. That's the road that right off 95 right there, and FAU has a big facility right there. So
Yeah. I don't believe them when they say this is the best thing that they could find. Maybe it's the best if they needed to be somewhere away from South Beach, if that was their goal, to stay away from there.
I think that's part of it too, because
Maybe.
we normally stayed down at that Turnberry Resort, the Marriott, because they stay at Marriott properties usually. But they were down south. That's down south, and you have a pretty easy shot to get to South Beach from there.